Okay, speaking of men and women, big announcement from Uber. Uber will allow women to avoid being paired with male drivers. So they announced this. It's going to be a new feature. Female passengers are going to get a special privilege. They're going to be allowed to toggle off male drivers so they don't need to be driven around by dudes, which is all fine and good. But I have a more urgent question. When can male Uber customers request not to have female drivers? Is that in the works? I'm just asking for anyone who might be interested. And actually, before anyone accuses me of sexism, I'm going to lay my card. I'm giving you a real insight into not only my personal views, but even my personal conversations. It's not me. When sweet little Elise and I go out and we have to call an Uber, it's not me who has the problem with the female drivers. It's my bride. It's my beloved, beautiful bride. Because all stereotypes are true. So when sweet little Elisa sees that it's a lady paired, Mac, could we cancel it, please? Could we please I want to get because I like the female drivers. They're nice. We chat. It's okay. But my bride points out they do tend to miss the exits a little bit more than the men do. They don't drive. They're usually not the right speed. It's either too slow or maybe it's too fast. And they're not stereotypes. They don't obtain with every individual of a given class, but they're stereotypes for a reason, okay? And so obviously the reason that the women here are requesting to not have a male driver has nothing to do with the driving. It's because men can be creepier with women than women can be with men, and men are physically stronger than women. So I get it. I get why there's a distinction here. But this does seem to show a little bit of a tension in our current political order. Go to balanceofnature.com, use promo code Knowles. You've heard me talk about Balance of Nature many times before. That is because Balance of Nature fruits and veggies is the most convenient way to get whole fruits and vegetables daily, especially if you're focused on creating a healthier, happier lifestyle. Nature is pretty good at giving us the nutrients we need through our fruits and veggies. So, Balance of Nature takes fruits and vegetables, freeze-dries them, turns them into a powder, and then puts them into a capsule. You take your fruit and veggie capsules every day, then your body knows what to do with them. Balance of Nature is just one ingredient of a balanced lifestyle, has no intention to replace a healthy diet, exercise, sleep, or any other healthy habits. It's intended to be used in concert with other healthy habits. I absolutely love Balance of Nature. I've had Balance of Nature for 4 or 5 years now, something like that. It's just fabulous, especially if you're like me, you're on the road a little bit, you're not always getting that sweet little Lisa cooking every night. Go to balanceofnature.com, use promo code Knowles for 35% off your first order as a preferred customer, plus get a free bottle of fiber and spice. That is balanceofnature.com, promo code KNOWLES. Because it comes down to the issue of freedom of association. When the Constitution was ratified, we had a country with broad freedom of association. You could exclude people from your business, from your club, from any organization. You could associate with whomever you pleased. And then over time, people complained that this was discriminatory, that this was foreclosing opportunities to people of different groups, be they racial or sexual or anything in between. And so with the passage, notably of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, we got rid of freedom of association. We said, no, you actually don't have a right to exclude people from certain accommodations and certain organizations. You don't have a right to do that. You have to include people, except sometimes. Except certain people get to exclude people. So what we actually do, in a way, we still have freedom of association for certain groups, but not for other groups. The African American society on any university campus, practically speaking, gets to exclude white people and can only have black people. But of course, there is no such thing as the white society that doesn't let the black people in, or the Hispanic people, or any other people. The women get to exclude men from their transactions. The men don't get to exclude women. When you go on Amazon, you can toggle little buttons to say, oh, I want to see black-owned businesses or women-owned businesses. Not just Amazon. You see this in a lot of services. But of course you don't say, oh, I want a man-owned business. I want a white-owned business. So the tension that we have, and this was a point that really came up in recent memory with Christopher Caldwell's excellent book, The Age of Entitlement. We have a tension between two parallel constitutions, which is the U.S. Constitution, we the people in order to form a more perfect union, and the Constitution of the 1960s, the Civil Rights Act. This is why every government department, basically every government office, has a civil rights division to enact this parallel constitution. But here you're seeing the tension. This is where the tension comes up. The ladies can request the female drivers, but the men who want to get to their appointments on time and not miss the exit cannot request the male drivers. Did you like that clip? You did. Thank you. Appreciate that. If you want more such clips, you need to subscribe on whatever platform you're on right now. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, AOL, Instant Messenger, Usenet. Subscribe.